So today I am working on Halloween treat bags, and I decided to use my Tim Holtz treat bag die and his Halloween Hangouts dies. They're both made by Sizzix. On the treat bag, you can see I made a template right there, and I put red line tape where I need the tape to help myself remember. And the little note is a note to remind myself to put a little bit of washi tape down on the inside of the bag. If you make this template, it will help you immensely when you're trying to remember how to assemble it, because I don't make a ton of these, but I make them each year. I think I've had this die for 3 Halloweens now, and I've used it all 3 Halloweens. Now the paper is a Tim Holtz Halloween paper pad, but that is from 2 years ago. So I think I bought the die and the pad together. Both of these dies are still available. I am not sure about the paper, but any paper in your stash will work. I mean, you should use what you picked up and you like. I will say his paper is a very nice quality. And I also use Simple Stories Boo Crew paper from this year. So if you see a different pattern, that is from Simple Stories, and I picked that up at scrapbook.com. Might not be enough time to pick up that paper pad for this year, but definitely next. So you can see as I fold it, the score lines are there. They're super easy to follow. I find the hardest thing to do is to remember how to adhere the tape together, and you can do it many different ways. You'll see I individually pull off the score tape sometimes. Other times I take off all the score tape, and not score tape, the score tape sticky part, non-sticky part. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. These are very easy to assemble. I hope that this video encourages you to get the die. And the Halloween Hangouts, if you like the Hangouts, I definitely get those because they've been around for a few years, and I use them a lot. I use them on tags, bags, cards. I absolutely love them. So anyways, I am taking off the score tape and I'm assembling. It kind of folds into itself. So it helps you assemble it. Like I said, I hope this encourages people and doesn't discourage, but I didn't want to edit it to the point that it looked like bibbidi bobbidi boop, it went into place. It takes a little work. With every one you do, the better you get. And this red line tape really holds well. I have used other score tape. It's held decently, but the red line tape really holds well. You could, even if you had time and you were really careful, you could use just a little bit of hot glue, and that would work great. So you see I put just a little bit of washi tape down in there, and anything you can fit down in the bag, which the bag is surprisingly larger than you would think. Anything you can fit down in the bag, a pencil, I used a Kit Kat, I mean, whatever you've got that's next to you. Pair of scissors, you just lightly tap it down. Then when you fill the bag, it stays in place. So here I had a piece of white Bristol board sitting next to my trimmer. I wanted the skull head to be white, and did I use the ghost? I think I used the ghost. And I wanted the frame part to be around it. So on the ghost, you need to remember, if you're doing a white ghost, that you need black eyes in the background. So right here, I pop out the white eyes. I mean, he could have had the spiderweb eyes in the background, but it just adds a little extra something when you give the eyes a solid color. I've even done silver eyes before. It's whatever you choose. They're so cute. You can't do anything wrong with these. I hope he makes another type of set like this. I absolutely love these. I think somebody did a banner with these too and maybe put that on Pinterest. It's just adorable. So it just fits right on. I use his distress glue, which I think is called Multi-Matte Medium. Just a little dot in each eye. The eyes have a definite top and bottom. There's a skinny side and a fat side for both eyes, and each eye is a different shape, so you cannot mix them up. Very simple. You can also, if you want to add handles to these bags, add handles. And just hole punch the tops on either side and put a little handle, but I am putting them in treat bags. So here's the Simple Stories paper. I wanted to do a treat bag that was really kid specific. So I used this sweet paper instead of the more vintage paper look. But see, I think you can get away with a scarier hangout on a cute paper and a cute hangout on a scarier paper, and they're still equally adorable. So decisions, I go with the polka dots. And with this die, you do have to remember you're looking at the front and the back of the bag. So that's the window as to what you're going to see once the bag is complete. The rest of the die, all those bars, other than the outer perimeter that cut, are all your score lines. When there's a gusset on the side of the bag, you'll see me sort of pinch the gusset, but I don't fold the gusset ever completely because I always fill the bags all the way up. And I think you'll be surprised when you see that they can fit a nice handful of candy. So here, just folding it up. On my screen, I cannot see everything that's happening right now, but I can see most. So I'm taping down the skull hangout. So you just pop it right out. And then you have a blank space. Then you can put like a backdrop. And I thought, oh, I'll put white. And then I thought, silly, you're doing a white skull. You don't want a white background. You need a black background. So then I'll put black behind him, and then I will put a white skull. And since black's behind him, I don't have to do eyes. They're already there. And sometimes on these hangouts, I'm just showing you where you put your adhesive. And it's probably preferable to use glue because you'd have to be really specific with the tape so it wouldn't show through or get sticky on the candy inside. But again, you could use skinny score tape if you're good with that. And here I'm going to trim the skull out, which I do this a lot, especially with the ghosts. I trim him out and give him a little tail. And then you're going to see I wind up thinking, I liked it better with the frame around him, and I glue him back. I glued the frame back on him. But they're just so cute. So again, just a fine line. That's why I like this glue so much. It has a really fine tip, a fine line of glue, and he's all set. And then it's time to assemble. See, I'm like, I don't know. I'll wait till later. I'll wait till I get the bag finished. So again, super easy. Fold the score lines. So easy, and I'm trying to keep it in the camera. I apologize if I come away from the camera. Sometimes the light is really bright, and with the patterns causes like a funny reflection. So I just have to get a closer look. See, I keep, did I do that right? Should I? Shouldn't I? But this way you get to see with and you get to see without. So again, my trusty template up there, I have done it without the template, been like, oh, I've got this, and I will put the tape on the wrong place. But it just takes another minute to peel it off, and get back to what you're doing. This would be a great project to do if you were going to do like a dozen of these, 20 of these. Do all the paper. Then fold all the paper. Then do the score tape on all the paper. Then assemble them all together. And then at the very end, do your decorating. It's, however you work the fastest. I like to save the best for last. I like to decorate. But they're fun to fold. It's not a challenge at all. They made it very, very simple. I just thought, since I'm doing this, and I think other people might be doing this, it's very handy to have my little homemade template. That would have been something good to add in the packaging. A little template to show you where to put the tape, and maybe like number 1, 2, 3, how you fold it. Like it folds together. It just folds and sticks together on its own. The hardest part is getting that red liner off of the red liner tape. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect. And sturdy. And then I'm going to come back in with a little washi tape on the inside. And that cute washi tape is from that Simple Stories, the Boo Crew, which I made some really cute cards. Since I knew I wasn't going to be seeing people this year, went ahead and mailed cards out, which I've gotten most of my cards mailed out. I've had a couple of neighbors I still need to mail them out to, but I didn't want them to get there too early. And I figure if they get them 2 days before Halloween, that's perfect. So I wind up putting the frame back on them, and I love it, and it fits perfect like a dream. You could never tell. You could never tell it wasn't there to begin with. So now on this one, I showed how I brought out an embossing folder, because this is his silver paper. He has I think it's Ideology, and he has a package of silver and gold. I love this paper. It's craft on the back. So it really looked cool in the bag, because the bag looked like a brown paper bag with silver lining on the outside. Anyways, this embosses like an absolute dream. And then it folded really well too, which I didn't know if it was going to fold. So I embossed it, lined it up the best I could. The die was a little bit bigger, but because it's shiny and because it's embossed with those bats, you couldn't tell once it was assembled. And I think I assembled this one faster. This is the third bag. I think it goes a little quicker. And I cut out part of the putting on the red line tape. This one I took all the red line tape off and then assembled it that way, and it just folds right into itself and adheres. And as long as you don't press really hard till you've got it, you can keep moving and adjusting it. So just so pretty. It looks like a metal bag. And I made this cute for Halloween, since I'll be giving them out to whoever comes to the door. But as fabulous as that silver looks, I would probably make that much more mature if I were giving it to, say, like a teacher or a bus driver or anyone who I give little treats to for the holidays. And you get a lot of static with that red line wrapper. But it's worth it because it sticks so well. And it's a very thin line. So see this one, it just pops right into place. And then if you stick your finger under there, then it presses the paper together and it adheres like a dream. So if you guys have any questions as to, where I got anything, what is the name of something, just leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to let you know. And I know the red line tape I actually picked up at Tuesday Morning, but they sell it everywhere. And I picked it up. I've had it for years. So a little washi tape in the center of the inside of the bag, and that's not coming undone at all. Especially since the interior of it is craft, it's really going to stick well. Again, with the Simple Stories Boo Crew, I just thought that was such a cute paper pad. I had a lot of fun with that this year. And I figure if a little girl comes to the door and sees a shiny silver bag, she's going to want that. So that's why I put a cute little girl ghost and all the cute little candy and a star. So sweet. So I thought you would want to see how much candy could actually fit in these. So after I get all my stuff put away, I will pull in my candy bowls. And I had another candy bowl behind me that will enter soon as I'm loading this up. I was able to get 5 pieces of fun-size candy in there. I'm always shocked every year how much you can get in. And if you use tall, skinny stuff, you get like pixie sticks. One year I did pixie sticks to add height and lollipops, and they were busting with goodies. But you really need to use something that's going to seal them. You know, you could, if it was in the same pattern, make it look funky and patchwork with washi tape on the outside too. That would hold it in place. That would be cool. So just thought you guys would want to see them completely finished. If you don't really feel like watching me load the candy in them, just fast forward a little bit and you'll see how cute they look. At the end, I made 2 more bags, and at the end, I took a picture, and we'll show that at the end of the video. I used 1 Tim Holtz paper and 1 Simple Stories Boo Crew paper. And I do not know if that Tim Holtz Halloween paper is still available. I bought 3 packs that year because I was so in love with that paper. So I always, I have that in my stash, so I'm always sneaking that paper in my Halloween supplies. And it's nice when you have extra and you're like, you don't feel bad, cut it. I always, if I find a favorite pad, I usually get a second one. So I'm going to add some ribbon, and this ribbon it has elastic on it. I bought it at Joann, and it's frilly. It has a elastic like base to it. And so it looks real Halloweenish when it's tied onto bags. And it's super easy because of the elastic to get it untied. So really quick, I think I kind of fast forwarded some of this so you didn't have to watch me tie and tie. But that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween.